You wasted your whole day procrastinating. Now it's late, and your exam is tomorrow. Panic sets in. But what if I told you that staying up all night to catch up is actually the fastest way to fail? And here's the real twist. The step that could save your grades doesn't even happen while you're awake. In this video, I'll show you how to recover from today's disaster and still walk into your exam confident. Stick with me because the part you'll least expect is the one that makes the difference. Calm down and reset. First, breathe. Right now, your brain is probably screaming, "It's too late, I ruined everything." That guilt, that regret, that wave of panic, it's normal. But here's the truth. One wasted day won't destroy your grades. What matters is what you do from this moment forward. And no, you don't need 10 hours to make progress. You need a plan. You need to stop trying to do everything perfectly and instead focus on damage control. Because tonight isn't about mastering the entire textbook. It's about doing the smartest, most effective work with the little time you have. And trust me, that's possible. Step 1. Prioritize ruthlessly. So here's the first rule. You cannot study everything, and that's okay. The students who try to cram it all at once are the ones who end up remembering nothing. Instead, you need to prioritize ruthlessly. Ask yourself, what's most likely to show up on the exam? What topics did the teacher stress in class? What are the recurring themes in past papers? Those are your gold mines. Think of it like packing a suitcase. You can't take your entire closet, so you only grab the essentials, the things you know you'll actually need. Do the same with your study material. If you spend just a few minutes deciding what to cut out, you'll instantly double the power of the time you have left. Because now you're not just studying, you're targeting. Step 2. Active recall over passive reading. Here's where most students waste their night. They sit down with a textbook, read line after line, highlight a few words, and convince themselves they're studying. But let me ask you, how many times have you read a page, looked up, and realized you don't remember a single thing you just read? That's because reading is passive. Your brain is coasting, not learning. Instead, flip the switch to active recall. Cover the page, close your eyes, and force yourself to explain the concept. Write down the main points from memory, or turn your notes into quick-fire questions and test yourself. Your brain only remembers what it struggles to retrieve. So if you feel a little uncomfortable, if you're sweating to recall that definition, that's not failure. That's learning happening in real time. Step 3. Teach it out loud. Now take it one step further. Teach it. Yes, teach it out loud, as if you were the professor. Here's the secret. When you teach, your brain is forced to organize the messy puzzle pieces of information into something clear and logical. And that process is what locks it into memory. You don't need an audience. Your wall, your teddy bear, even your dog. Congratulations, they're now your students. If you can explain it simply to them, you're ready for the exam. If you stumble good, that shows you exactly where you need to review. It feels silly, but it's one of the fastest ways to make knowledge stick. Step 4. Study sprints with micro breaks. But here's the catch. You can't just sit there for hours straight. Your brain has limits. So instead of dragging yourself through endless sessions, use study sprints. Go hard for a 15 to 20 minutes, then take a tiny 3-minute break. Get up, stretch, breathe, reset, then dive back in. And here's the magic. When you focus deeply in short bursts, you'll absorb far more in 90 minutes than in 6 distracted hours of fake studying. No phone, no notifications. Airplane mode is your best friend. This isn't about studying longer, it's about studying sharper. Step 5. Sleep is the secret weapon. Now here's the part almost every panicked student gets wrong. They try to pull an all-nighter. And let me be blunt. That's the fastest way to sabotage yourself. Why? Because your brain doesn't store knowledge while you're awake. It locks it in while you sleep. That's when short-term facts move into long-term memory. So don't sacrifice sleep. Instead, study smart tonight, then get at least a few solid hours of rest. In the morning, do a quick 10 to 15-minute review of your key points. That 1-2 punch, nighttime focus, morning refresh, is infinitely more powerful than staying up until sunrise staring at notes you won't even remember. And if you're still doubting yourself, listen, I've been there. I've wasted entire days, felt the crushing guilt, and thought it was over. But here's what I realized. Exams aren't about how many hours you study. They're about how smart those hours are. One bad day doesn't define your future. What defines you is how you respond in the crunch. Tonight, you have the chance to turn panic into progress and a wasted day into a surprising win. You can turn today's disaster into tomorrow's success. If this helped you, make sure to hit like and subscribe. I share study hacks that save students from panic and help you study smarter, not harder. And if you want deeper, step-by-step strategies to sharpen your memory and stay ahead before the panic even starts, check out my How to Build an Exceptional Memory ebook. I've put the link down below.